where the bells unite, bringing all the energy, shining so bright. Whether you're new or you're back again, it's love, it's family, let the fun begin. We're here to connect, bring joy to your day, style, soul, and stories in a unique way. From New Orleans roots to the world we inspire, every click, every view takes us higher and higher. This is your space where you can feel free, a community built with authenticity. So grab your coffee, hit play, and unwind. Your seat at the table is one of a kind. Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's no love bells where the queens unite, serving southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Oh, Mocha's no love bells, it's the vibe for you. If you're new, pull up, make yourself at home. This is where we vibe, where the bells have grown. And if you're returning, thanks for coming through. We wouldn't be here without queens like you. We're serving you content that uplifts and inspires, from beauty and life hacks to chasing desires. This is more than a channel, it's where magic begins. Together we rise, together we win. Like, comment, subscribe, it's your time to shine. Be part of the family, one of a kind. Whether it's your first time or you've been here before, we got so much love waiting for you and more. Mocha's no love bells where the queens unite, serving southern charm with a touch of that spice. We're about that love, we're about that style. Come along for the ride and stay for a while. Oh, Mocha's no love bells, it's the vibe for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Every little click shows how much you care. We're building this space, making something divine. Welcome to the bells, you're already in line. So if you're new, welcome, glad you stopped by. And to the OG fam, your reason we fly. Hit that button, subscribe, and come back again. It's Mocha's no love bells where the magic begins.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy telling just fighting to survive. I believe she's somewhere breathing slow. Not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziah loud till they feel that flame.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. It's the end of a work week. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope your family is fine. I hope you are ready for a relaxing weekend where you could just take care of you. Get some proper rest. Love on your family. Spend quality time. All of that is very, very important. Self-care is number one on any given day. And let me apologize for having to reschedule yesterday's live for today. Life be lifing. I'm no different, but nonetheless, today I'm here. And we're gonna do what we do. Before I get to greeting my people the way that I greet them, let me go ahead on and start this thing off the way we know how. Because here we have committed ourselves to opening up each and every live stream with the prayer. Because the prayer don't hurt nobody. And we all could use a prayer. Because it could be me today and it could be you tomorrow. We don't know what curveballs life will throw us. We just don't know. Father God, we come to you this evening with humble hearts and open spirits. Lord, we thank you for waking us up this morning, for giving us breath in our bodies and a voice to still cry out for justice. Tonight, Lord, we ask that you be present in this live stream. Let your peace cover every subscriber, every person watching, and every soul tuned in seeking the truth. Lord, we ask that you anoint this space. Let it be a safe space for truth, for healing and for boldness, Lord. Lord, I ask that you touch every hurting heart tonight. Every grieving mother and every child still waiting for someone to speak up for them, Lord. Father God, we ask that you stir the hearts of the guilty. Let convictions fall heavy where it needs to. And let those that's carrying secrets feel the weight of their silence. Heavenly Father, I won't be quiet. I won't forget Naziah. And tonight, Lord, we come together to lift up her name and every other child that's lost in the shadows, Lord. Again, Lord, it is my prayer that you cover this live stream. Lord, let no evil, no distraction, and no negativity come near it. Give us wisdom, Lord. Give us courage. And Lord, most of all, give us strength to speak what needs to be spoken and to hear what needs to be heard. And when it's all said and done, we'll be mindful and very careful to give you the glory. In Jesus' name, this is my prayer. Amen and amen. Guys, we're here. We're here to do what we do. We're here to do what we do. Before I even bust into that title, let me speak to my people. My girl Constance, thank you, my love, for that super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Sherry, happy Friday, beautiful. Love all and trust none. I look so forward to that. So forward to that. Look at my sister Christian. Happy Friday, sis. Hope you and the family are doing well. We are. And Christian, I love you so much for always asking about my mom and dad. I appreciate that. And my girl, Dr. J, thank you, sis. Thank you for everything. Those phone calls means a lot when I'm going through. Hey, living life in Florida. Happy Friday, sister. Hey, my sister Deidre. Happy Friday. Hey, Venetia. Happy Friday, beautiful. Look at my sister Mermaid Tay. Welcome, my love. My girl Constance still fighting that heat. Girl, it's hot. It is hot when I tell you. Hey, Kimberly Earls, welcome. Look at my boo. Hey, Sassy, Sassy. Hi, Doris. Welcome, my love. Welcome to the chat. And happy Friday to you, baby. Hey, Kenyatta. Happy Friday, mama. Hey, Sue. Sue says, I got a question. Is there a way to have closed caption? Yes, ma'am. You have to turn it on, baby. Turn it on your end. Hey, Karen B. Welcome, baby. Hey, Sister Bridget. Happy Friday. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Leisure Lady. Welcome, boo. Hey, Melinda. Look at my sister Batty. Hey, beautiful. Happy Friday to you. Hey, Samantha. Look at Sandy Marie. Hey, sis. I miss you, girl. Leisure Lady. I love those big pink hands, girl. You remind me of, I'm terrific with those big pink hands. Charlotte's Web said we were all looking for you on yesterday. She said, I took my hands to bed. Girl. Got me a little rest on yesterday. Thank you so much. Hey, Marty. Thank you for that super sticker, beautiful. Look at my girl, Amani. Hey, boo. Hey, Black Beauty. Happy Friday, sis. This heat is so disrespectful, y'all. We better do right on this side, because baby, Hell, shit. Hey, I came with you today. Welcome, my love. Look at my sis Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Hey, PJ. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday. Oh, Lord. Marty says they got a heat wave to fry you. Girl, that's hot. Being outside is not an option. If I ain't gotta go, I ain't going. Hi, Animo. Happy Friday, boo. Oh, Constance says, no apologies needed. We miss you, and I miss y'all too. Oh, yes, Tanya, we always start with a prayer, boo. We need these prayers. The world is not what it used to be. Hi, Essie. Happy Friday, baby. So, hey, Charlotte Stewart, welcome, baby. And thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Anita, welcome, my love. Hey, Tristan, hey, sis. All right. All right, all right, all right. Hey, Steffi Jean, welcome, love. Hey, April. Happy Friday, beautiful. Look at my girl, no nonsense. Hey, Willie's mom. Welcome, boo. Oh, Dr. J, you know I know, girl. We fuss about that heat all the time. Hi, Linda. Welcome, my love. Kenyatta Marie. Hey, sister. I saw your email this morning, sis. And the email, girl, I'm girl. That girl, I'm gonna get to you. Hey, Sunshine Sean, welcome, boo. All right. My girl, Rosalind. Hey, boo. She said I missed you yesterday, but I'm glad you're feeling better. No pass and nobody eat at the table and leave all the trash in the garbage till they tell us where Naziah at. Girl, that's all we want to know. Where is our baby? That's all we want to know, right? So neither here nor there. We are here today to do what we do, right? And our only question in all of this is where's Naziah? But before I get into the where the Naziah is, right? You know, we as a collective, our hearts are big. You know, like I said earlier, it's Naziah today, could be somebody else tomorrow. And y'all know normally Mocha don't come on YouTube on the weekends. I don't. I just don't do weekends. But I decided I'm gonna come on tomorrow morning for a little bit. I'm not sure what time, but I said I was gonna take a poll in the chat to see what you guys thought. But I wanted to come on in the morning just for a little bit, just to do an hour of prayer, for the lives lost, in Texas, in that Texas flood, right? So far, it hurts my heart. There's 121 that's deceased thus far, and they're still looking for 170. My heart cries for those babies. My heart really cries for those babies, right? So I said I would, mention it to you guys. before I just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So if, just let me know what, how you guys feel. I want to do that because it's not about us. It's not about us. If we can't reach the masses, then what in the hell are we doing? This is hurtful. So hurtful. So thank you, my love, for that super sticker, baby. She said, thank you for all you do. We will find Naziah. Okay, I'm looking at a lot of yeses. I love it. I love it. I love it. So guys, what do you think about 10, 11 o'clock? Because that's what I'm looking at. Unless y'all want to do it at noon, it's up to, I could do it. I could come on noon and we'll do an hour or, whatever. I'll just do it. I'll look around noonish, around that time, and okay, sounds, hey, Sister Platt. Anita, welcome, my love. Thank you so much, Sassy. I love my mod so much. Thank you guys, because that's what my heart is. We have to lift everybody up. Everybody. Yes, yes. We're on Naziah, but the world, y'all, the world is this world need prayers. This world definitely need prayers. And we can't continue to sit here and turn on our television and watch the world crumble and children steady losing their lives. And we don't do nothing about it. And I appreciate you guys that are, that are ready for it, I appreciate you guys because this is what we have to do. We have to come together. We have to come together for everybody. When I looked at those parents in Dallas, a church in Dallas did a vigil for those kids, the lives lost. When I saw those parents go up there and saying their final goodbyes to their children, my heart dropped. And when we send prayers up, blessings definitely come down. And we just have to put ourselves in a space for it. Oh, Batty. Batty, I saw it this morning, Batty. And I'm going to look into it some more tonight. The lady that got on the live at McDonald's, she left behind 6 kids. And yes, we're going to lift them all up in prayer. We're going to lift them all up in prayer. And don't you know, this lady went and took these people's lives because they cut her hours. This can't be real life. This cannot be real. Hey, cool girl sisters. Thank you, my love. This can't be real. They cut her hours and she took their life. What is wrong with the world, y'all? This is not the same. This is not the same America that I grew up in. We have to continue to pray. Yes, Tristan, you are blessed. Tristan, that was a hard one. Rosalind says, MOCA, until they acknowledge him and turn from their wicked ways, if they don't, the world is going to crumble. It done started already. Just pray about it. That's all we could do, baby, is pray. Pray. I don't mind turning on this app. I don't mind turning on this app and dedicating a evening for prayer. an hour or two for prayer. I don't mind because we all need it. We all need it. Thank you, Sassy. Sassy said, yes, you're so right, Mocha. And definitely the one I don't mind standing next to because you're supporting the voiceless and the ones in need. Thank you, baby. We're all here for it. My girl, cool girl, sister up in here. Hey, Yakia. Oh my God, Yakia. Yakia said a lady that passed. Her last name was Harris. Oh my. That's horrible. See, we leave home today. We leave home in the morning. Go and do the right thing. We ain't guaranteed to come back home to our families. Gotta stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Stay away from the negativity. Leave the naysayers where they are. And put your faith and trust in the only one that matters. Because whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad, don't nobody need to know about it but God. Whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad, ain't nobody's going to support you and pull you out the gap but God. So all of that other stuff, let it go. Hey, Mika and Allie, welcome, boo. All of that other stuff, let it go. Oh, Sassy, I'm going to look into that story, girl. Hey, Anita. This is a mess. So, guys, here we are. Oh, Tristan says, I've been crying over these babies because they were kids that could not help themselves in this situation. I want to thank everyone in the chat for their blessings and prayers. Listen, Tristan, we're all in this together. They're our children too. No matter what the race, no matter the skin tone, they were babies. Babies. My girl Gina, hey boo. Charlotte's Web says, wherever Naziah is, I know she hears your prayers for her. And I know you're fighting and speaking life into her to get justice for her. Yes, yes, yes. Prayer changes things, people. Very much so a spiritual warfare. That's what we're against. That's what we are against. And if we don't pray and protect our children. See, because the way we look at the world right now, children are definitely our target. Mika, you're right. Children is the target. Look at how many children are coming up missing. Look at how you look at a child today and they're gone in the next 30 seconds. Where all these predators are coming from. You at one time in life, you never heard of predators. Dr. J, my love. Thank you, sister, for the gift in 10 memberships. Hey, if you've received a membership from Dr. J, make sure you tell my sister thank you. There used to be a time in life we never heard of. We heard of them. Predators. You know, pedos. And now it's being used so loosely. Like 3 or 5 is labeled as one. Something is wrong with the world. Hey, Crystal, welcome. Something is wrong with the world. Charlotte's Web said we have to put on our full armor of God. Spiritual warfare is real, and it is. And it is. We pray. And when we pray for these babies, we have to pray for those mothers to be strong in Christ. Because when these women are not strong in the word, that's when they lose sight of themselves. And that's how their children slips through the cracks. Pray for the broken. Because these women are broken. Marty says, Revelation says, these are the last days. The last wars fought will be in the Holy Lands. Children are the future, so be aware. The black heart man and woman, girl, it's real. It's real. Only God can change this around. Venetia said, I was so sad this morning after watching the Manny Collins story. Oh, that one touched my heart in a bad way. In a bad way. Hey, Chandra, welcome, baby. Tristan said, but this is how you know the end is near. God is calling all his kids and wise folks home. And you know, back in the day, y'all, we used to hear of the elderly. You know, anytime there was a funeral or a death notice, it was always the older people. These days, death has no age. Well, it never really had an age, but the young, we find in mothers burying their children. And that's not how this was supposed to be. Definitely not how it was supposed to be. Right, Tanya? Like somebody just opened the floodgate of petals. This is sad. But we're gonna protect our children. We're definitely, hey Gigi Escobar, welcome, baby. We're definitely gonna protect our children. Oh yes, Manny Daddy is sick. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, we never thought these petals would be in our front door. Never before. The world today is real. So tonight we're here. And we're here to discuss Jarvis Butts. We're going to discuss Jarvis Butts. How did Jarvis Butts skip through the cracks? How did he slip through the cracks? Released from jail with the title of being a pedo. No tether, no registry, and still playing around children. Hey, Lady V, welcome, my love. Still playing with children, being around children. And staying in prison that long, 8 years, no probation, no tether, no registry. How does this happen? How does this happen? Who's helping him? Hey, just Mona, welcome, baby. Who's helping him? Because things like this just don't happen. How the hell does a pedal walk out with, hey, Raven, welcome, sis. She stopped in and to listen. Yes, ma'am, justice for Naziah. Thank you for stopping in, Raven. He walks out with a dog. He's a damn dog. How do you walk out without a leash on? While our babies live in fear. I don't get it. But all while you're walking free. All while you're walking free. You're still harming babies. Guys, if you don't mind, be kind. Hit the like button. It's free. It's free. And you're also welcome to jump down in the chat and join us. We're family here. Sitting there all night, listening to me do what I do and not hitting that like button. That's not cute. At all. Whether you like MOCA or not, I get it. But it got to be something in the commentary that you want because you're here. So while you're here, just reach over and hit the like button. Hey, blessed baby, welcome, sister. So, I don't get it. Who allows? Who allowed it? Who allowed it? Because this just don't happen. Tanya said help from the inside. People in higher places, you better believe it. You better believe it. Cool girl sister says, MOCA, that was Kim Worthless' fault. And she should be charged too. Cool girl sisters, in my opinion. Not only Kim Worthless. Not only she should be charged. And the reason I say not only she should be charged, I'm about to get to it. Anita says corruption is what happened. That part. That part. Hey, Godzilla King, welcome, boo. Godzilla King says someone of a higher authority is helping Jarvis. I bet it's a woman. I wouldn't doubt it. Just like, I'll get to that. I don't want to lose focus. Gotta be a woman. Gotta be a woman. And the woman that's helping him is controlling the men. But let me tell you something. With Jarvis Butts not being on tether, no probation, no nothing. Walking around here a free man, okay? Y'all dropped the ball right there. That's y'all fault. Y'all dropped the ball, right? But then Jarvis goes on and he meets these women and he continues. Hey, Eno, welcome, sis. He continues. Hey, Monkey, hey, boo. He continues with that same predatory behavior. It's like he got out of prison and it was still on his mind to be the person that he was. So that same predatory behavior, he got out with it on his mind and he continued to touch children. After serving 8 years for molesting a 2-year-old and giving her chlamydia, he comes out with the same mentality. Right? And the sad part, is these women were ride and die for him. Ride and die women for him, right? He comes out and he start touching these women's children. Some of these same women, hey, Tiff, welcome, boo. Some of these same women that he was in relations with. These women were so into Jarvis, they turned a blind eye when he touched their children. I have a serious problem with that. So when we say we want to fault Kim worthless for this one, oh, she needs to be faulted for a lot. But let's say this. Let's say this. We could vote CPS first. Then we vote DPD. Because from what I now know, there were 5 ignored CPS reports. So had those 4 CPS reports prior to Naziah, had they been addressed, had they been taken care of because his name was all over the paperwork, had that been addressed, we would not be here. Talking about Naziah. So these women went to CPS with their problems with Jarvis. Then they had to go to DPD with a police report. Then it goes to the prosecutor's office. Now who over there? Who over there is allowing Jarvis to be Jarvis? Kenyatta Marie says he slipped because females like Shannon said he needed a second chance. Facts. They allowed him to be a monster. Roslyn says, MOCA, for the last 5 years, I've been dealing with sickness with lung cancer. And I stay in Detroit, been here my whole life. And there was a time when I wouldn't go outside. Roslyn, we're going to pray for you, baby. We're going to pray that God heals you and remove every cell, every trace of cancer away from you. Because all this sickness that's fallen upon us ain't natural. So Rosalind, we're going to pray for you, baby. Platt says he didn't do nothing. He wasn't allowed to. I just had to come in and say that. They allowed him to do it. All that Platt, the women are sad. The women definitely allowed him to do it. I don't doubt that. They allowed him to do it, Platt, but Platt, the justice system allowed him to do it too. Hey, Ruba, welcome, baby. The justice system allowed him to do it as well. And the reason why the justice system allowed him to do it, because as big as Detroit is, which is sad that they have such a bad reputation right now, right? That city should be doing so much better. But because of the higher ups, those that are in office, they show every day that they don't care about black people. Because why? And no disrespect to no other race. Please don't ever insinuate that, it's a race thing with me. But you have to understand, if this happened in a Caucasian neighborhood, this had happened to a little Caucasian girl, there is no way, once the predator was locked up, there's no way they would allow that predator to run free. Hey, Rena B, welcome, my love. Hey, Patricia. There's no way they would allow that predator to run free right back into the Caucasian neighborhood. That would never happen. Never. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, Frank got his back. At least for now, he's protected in jail. And his other helpers in crime are getting that big bag. The money talks. Well, we know that's what's happening. We know that's what's happening. Hey, Big Mama, welcome, boo. Sunshine is asking, Platinum, do you have a channel as well? Yes, she does. And for all the content creators in the chat tonight, for all you content creators that are in the chat tonight, can you drop your link? Can you drop your link? I don't mind. YouTube is a platform, and it's big enough for everybody. Everybody. Because everybody offers something different. So if you're a content creator, drop your channel. Lady V says the system does not care about letting the worst of the worst in our neighborhoods. They seek the destruction of our neighborhoods, in my opinion. I believe that with all my heart. With all of my heart, I believe that. Because once again, I will say, there's no reason Detroit should be the way it is. Samantha said it's Frank. It's the money. It's the money. Anita says, I believe whoever it is, they know Kim Worthy. Anita, it has to be. Has to be. Tristan said, oh, baby, you don't want me to stir the pot on that one. Tristan, I want you. Tristan, you already know. Eno said she's going to have to catch the replay. Okay, baby. Have a good night. Sunshine says, Mocha Kim possible helping him. But now she may have to stand on business. Right now, I do believe that she's being exposed too. I do believe that she too is being exposed. No, D, he not out, boo. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, this is win-win with him and these women. Did they not see his teeth when smiling or talking? That's crazy. Anita says, I wonder who Kilworthy knows in the Harris family to slip through the cracks like that. It's a big problem. That's right, Tristan. Kilworthy has a boss. And don't ever think that she's not in this by herself. Ever think she's not in it by herself? Batty says Kim Worthy should have been fired a long time ago. Facts, Batty? Facts. Lady V says blame the system for giving nonviolent offenders early release. Yes, yes, yes. The sad part about it is that nonviolent offender. How could you classify a pedo as nonviolent? Because when you're playing with children, you've done the most. Shouldn't be no coming back from that. You've done the most. And this man is walking around here with 5 CPS reports. 5. And you mean to tell me even when Jernell and Kawana went in 2022 to file that report about Naziah, they took that one and stuck it with the other 4 and swept it under the rug? They can't be serious. This is hurtful. Very hurtful. And my question is, how many more families have to hurt? CPS claimed they went in and they questioned Shannon when Jernell and Kawana made the report. But nothing came of it because Shannon and Annette had to coerce those children to lie. So when those children being trained to not tell the truth about Jarvis Butts, that CPS case was closed. It was listed as unfounded. Nothing was verified. So it went on the pile with the other 4. So CPS closes the case. Annette and Shannon truly had a motive. What was it? We haven't put our fingers on it yet. But what is it about allowing predators to roam free? You making these kids lie. Hey, LeVeg, welcome. Boo. Serena, welcome, my love. Life Tips, welcome. Hey, Lila, welcome. Solitude is Essence, welcome, baby. Listen, to silence these kids and to make these kids continually lie, something is wrong with that. Something is truly wrong. Just Mona, my love, thank you for the Cash App, baby. Something is truly wrong. Sunshine Sean says, MOCA. They allowed him to be around because he was, oh girl, you're crazy, not the teeth. Right, Anita? We have to play connect the dots. And we're going to get that connection because it's there. It is definitely there. Right, Batty? That lady failed so many families till it's ridiculous. Big Mama says the whole city, state, and local government should be sued, period. Big Mama, now you're talking. You're on the same page as I am, Big Mama, because it couldn't have been me. It could have not been me because I would have had a lawsuit ready. Everybody has to go down for this. But then that family can't do such a thing with mama, because that family is part of the problem. Marty says, I agree. Kim Worthless need them silver bracelets. She's on a personal vendetta against Butts. Look, I've been saying that from day one. With Jarvis Butts and Kim Worthy, is personal right now. And the only reason it's personal with Kim Worthy against Jarvis Butts is because now Jarvis Butts has gotten media attention. He's in the spotlight right now. See, Kim Worthy thought the game she was playing with Jarvis, shuffling them cards, he could have kept going out there. He could have kept going out there. But now the spotlight is on her and on him. So now she has to play devil's advocate. She has to pretend that she don't like people like Jarvis Butts. She has to pretend that Jarvis is now a problem, but he wasn't one before. Nubian Max, my love, hey boo. He wasn't a problem before, and she knows it. She knows it. So now she has to make up for the fuck ups she's done. That's who Kim Worthy is right now. Now she has to prove a point. Now, here it is. She's going to hell and back to find charges to make them stick on Jarvis. Whether it's a good charge or a bad charge. Anything that she thinks she could hold him to, that's exactly what she's doing. And I'm truly with Marty on that one. Right about now, Kim Worthy is not about justice for Naziah. Definitely not about justice for Naziah. Kim Worthy is about justice for Kim Worthy. She has a point to prove. Pay attention to it. Sassy says, I believe so, because Annette got away with too much for too long. They aren't that smart alone. Definitely not. Big Mama, I'm with you, boo. Sue them all. Anita says, I want to know which part of society Shannon was talking about. Shannon is ill. Ill, you hear me? Tanya says, I want to know, where are the brothers, uncles, and the street team? Someone should have taken care of him. Let me tell you, Tanya, where I'm from, this would have never made it this far. Where I'm from, this would have never made it this far. And that's the truth. Hey, something sweet. Welcome, my love. Not only that, Tanya, you asked where were the brothers and the uncles. The brothers and the uncles, they were all being manipulated and brainwashed by Annette. Nobody could touch Jarvis Butts. Nobody could have touched any of the men that Annette had playing with children. So, if you remember podcasts ago when Kawana and Jarnell was up here, they did say, while they were doing the talking on these platforms, the brothers, Annette people were telling them to stop. Annette people were telling them to shut up. You know, they don't want that out there. So just like they don't want the truth out here, they didn't want those children to be protected either. What kind of man does that? How do you call yourself a man and you're okay with children being touched? How do you do that? Tristan says again, Kim Worthless is the fall guy to clean up the higher ups mess. If she's the fall guy to clean up somebody else's mess, now it's her time to start talking. And if she's not talking, that means she's part of the problem. Anita says Detroit only care about downtown area. That's all. That's it. Money. That family was never protected by men. Never protected by men. And the reason, there's a reason why. There's a reason why the babies were not protected by men. If you know this family, like I've dug and have learned of this family, these men were not willing to protect these babies against Jarvis Butts and nobody else. And the reason they weren't willing to protect them is simply because these men were abusing these children as well. They didn't want to be exposed, the men in the family. They didn't want to be exposed. That's exactly why they were telling Jernell and Kawana to shut up. Because they too were touching children. So that's why there were no men from that family that was willing to protect these children, because they participated in the mess. They participated in this stuff that was not right. This is horrible. Tristan says it was too many authorized in position in different sectors of the Department of Justice of Detroit that allowed him and his organization to get away with their dirtiness of Detroit. And Tristan, look at how long they've been getting away with it. Detroit has lost a lot. The people that built Detroit up made Detroit a name on the map. They made it big. Some stayed, some went away. I understand when companies left and the industry fell. I get that. But that did not mean the city had to turn to corruption the way that it has. So when it did that, being greedy, not looking to improve a city that once was, they went along with accepting shady dealings going on within the city and taking dirty money and allowing the city to look the way it looked. Lady V says, MOCA, I think the local politicians disregard the citizens' plea to not allow predators in their neighborhoods. I just believe it's on purpose. I believe it too. I believe it's all about the money. All about the money. Here it is, you got Arabs giving dirty money. Big Mama, thank you for that super sticker, my love. You got Arabs feeding the city of Detroit dirty money just to stay quiet while they do all their dirty work. As we continue to connect these dots, more and more people is going to be linked to all the dealings that Jarvis Butts had going on. People that we would never imagine, but they will be there. Hey, Daquan, welcome, baby. It's crazy. Tang, it says, Kim Worthless is bought and paid for. I could believe that. And Kim Worthy may know Annette, which is true. She may know Annette on a personal level. I get that. That's where that foster care comes in. On that level. That's where that comes in at. But Annette ain't got no money to keep Kim Worthy quiet. Kim Worthy may be making a little change off of Annette by giving her those foster children or suggesting foster children that she house. And we know what she's doing, those foster children. But it's bigger than this. It's bigger than this. I don't care where in America you live. Think about it. When you see Arabs, right? When you see Arabs, you see Arabs with Arabs. Since when you've seen Arabs with a whole bunch of black folks? That's their alibis. That's their go-tos. That's their muse. That's who do all their dirty work. And all they do is put out the money. Christian, thank you for that cash app, for that super chat, my love. Mocha's sister touched on the attorney situation. Some may not understand what happened in court. Thank you, my love. I will. Mookie said them people don't have a clue. They know too much of the wrong people's business. They fucked up for real, for real. Mookie, girl. It's a lot. It's a lot. Sassy said Kim has put away blacks for much less. She's a sellout. I've heard. And the thing is, look what she's facing now. Look at what she's facing now. Lady V says, I agree. Our women have lost their maternal and feminine ways. There is a lot of internal work to be done to reverse these problems. It's a lot. My girl Yakia says, Kim Impossible Worthy and Annette are in a foundation. Right. Kim Impossible Worthy lost her child. I got the name of the foundation the other night. I got the name of the foundation the other night. That's sad. Kenyatta Marie says money talks in the court system. Clearly it does. Clearly it does. Life Tip says, I feel like Naziah was going to tell the truth when she asked to speak to the counselor. Let's talk about that for a second. That's possible. That's possible. But let's talk about that for a second. I believe in my heart, right? that wanting to speak to the counselor on the floor, screaming, kicking, hollering, right? In my gut, I believe that's a made up story. I do believe that that's a made up story. And the reason I believe it's a made up story is because at this point, not a damn thing is adding up. The day they claim she went missing, I don't believe it. And the reason I don't believe it, now if I'm wrong, y'all already know how I operate. If I'm wrong, I want you all to correct me. I believe her flipping over on that floor like the story is coming out, I believe it's a lie. The date Annette supposedly went to report her as a runaway, that was a lie. The date she was supposedly on that floor was another lie. And the reason I tell you all it was a lie, there was no school. There was no school. So why? My question still remains. Why the made up stories? The story has been made up from the school to the school bus to her walking. That's all made up stories. Hey, unavailable, welcome. Those stories are all made up. There's no way pregnant, screaming on the floor, crying for help. Everybody walked up around her and nobody gave her attention. Not even a student. Tell that lie to somebody else. So that very same day that she's screaming and hollering and in pain, y'all leave her at school. The school don't assume responsibility, call a paramedic to take her out of there. That's another lie. She stays at school all day, hurting and bawling over in pain, but yet she gets on a school bus to go home. That school bus picture was another lie. And she's in so much pain, my God, that baby couldn't help herself. She was screaming. She just needed somebody to talk to because she was hurting so bad, but yet being pregnant, she's going to walk 2 point some miles to go meet Jarvis Butts. Look, the lies. The lies. Anybody in their right mind, if you go back, you play these recordings and see what they have to say, but baby, the math ain't mathing. It ain't mathing. So I don't believe none of what these people say. I don't believe none of what they say. Good night, Nubian. And the reason I say I don't believe none of what they say, If you look at the little girl on the school bus, in my opinion, you all may see it different, but I'm going to tell you what I see on that school bus. If you look at the little girl on the school bus, I've been battling with this for a while now, but it's all beginning to make sense. The little girl on that school bus looks like Shannon's daughter. The little girl on that school bus is dressed to appear to look like Naziah. That's Shannon's daughter. And it's an old picture. And that Ring doorbell, the cam that they picked up, that looks like Naziah's mother. I could be wrong, but I will tell you what I know to be sure. It's not Naziah. Okay, Nubian, I thought you were leaving, baby. Welcome to the chat. Put that is on. It just baffles me, the lies that these people tell. How do they really want justice for this baby if they're spreading lies? Kim Worthy, you're supposed to be an expert at this, but yet y'all want us to believe that this baby went missing when y'all say she went missing. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Naziah's been out there. She's been out there. And what makes it worse is that when they interviewed Shannon and then they interviewed Annette, Annette said she had one thing on when she left home. Shannon claimed she had on something different. And none of what they said matched what the flyer said. Like Tip says, there was a video of the DPD saying they had multiple suspects. But then they said they only had one suspect and wasn't arrested anyone else. Kim has to be has to be in contact with the Harris family. Of course she is. Of course she is. And listen, first it was multiple suspects, more arrests to come. And she said they had all what they needed. No, ma'am. And now there are 40 witnesses. You think Jarvis will not be the only one arrested. Kim Worthy could go away. She could truly go away. Because what she's doing is making a mockery. Hey, Arlene, welcome. She's making a mockery of this baby. If Kim Worthy wants justice for Naziah, she would do the right damn thing. She really would. And right now, she's not doing nothing for Naziah. What Kim Worthy is doing right now is for Kim Worthy. We got to call it for what it is. We have to call it for what it is. Nobody said that there was a body. Jarvis never told him where Naziah's body was if it was a body. You're charging this man with premeditated unless you got hell of a evidence when you go to trial. Because right now, all that I've seen that you have, and this is recent, within the last week, these charges against Jarvis is based on the evidence that you have, ma'am. You could do better. You could do better. There's nobody, there's no baby. Make it make sense. And I understand that one can be charged without a body. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. But you got to do better, Kenworthy. Because right now you're building a case off of cell phone calls and text messages. That's all you got. Levesque said, yes, MOCA. Kim Worthy have to get it off her ass and do some work and get her money and work for her money because DPD don't have a good look right now. They definitely don't. They definitely don't. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA, something has been wrong for a very long time and they try to keep it a secret, but it's out now. And we ain't stopping. We can't. I believe that, Mookie. I believe Kim Worthy is getting hers too. I do. Tristan says she don't have no other choice now. She got that pressure on her. She better. Anita says, I wonder who was over Jarvis's case. Oh, I missed a comment somewhere. I'm looking at Big Mama telling Serena good for Shannon is well overdue. What I miss? Oh, Lord, I missed something. Now I got to go looking for it. Mark D usually speaks facts. Let me see what Serena said. Let me see what I missed. Child. I must have missed it. Serena says on Mark D Live the other night, he said someone whipped Shannon at the liquor store. Huh? Huh? Well, Serena, if they did, if they did, I'm with Big Mama. She deserved it. Lila says Kim Worthy need to prove a point and lock them all up for harming Naziah. She does. She really does. Hey, Olivia, welcome. Kenyatta, he definitely made it look bad. Definitely. Tanya says Kim Goose is cooked. She has too much heat on her. Tristan says the people Shannon was getting high with. Pedos at a halfway house. Ciao, ciao. But you know what's interesting? I have to ask that question for my subscribers that are in Detroit. It appears that Detroit is flooded with pedos. Because my God, my God, my God, my God. During the course of me doing my homework, these women that Jarvis has been playing with in these streets, their background and their acquaintances, the majority of them are with pedos. That's horrible. What? Hey, my sister D. It's Friday, beautiful. Hope you're feeling well. Okay, Bridget. Bridget says she cooking dinner. Okay, my love. Sassy says MOCA true. But think about it. If one of us here does street justice, we'll get picked up and jailed before they do shit to the real monster. Sassy. That part. That part. And let me tell you, like I said, and I believe this with all my heart, as ragged as this case is, right? All the stuff that's going on with this case. Justice may not come for years. Justice may not come for years. Lady V says, I pray Kawana and Jarnell and the rest of the Detroit people keep the pressure on Annette and Shannon and not allow them to get away with the part they played in this sick drama. Lady V, that's my prayer. I pray for Kawana. I pray for Jarnell. I pray those two be the voice. Those two be the voices that unlock all the darkness on that family. I pray for that. You know, when I look at that family, every person that has passed through that family, whether it be kids or adults, they have all been victimized. All of them have been victimized because they grew up in this nastiness. Hey, Lola Marie, welcome. They all grew up in this filth. They grew up being threatened not to say anything. They all grew up in this nastiness and they lived life like it was normal. That's not normal. So imagine how many lives were ruined, how many lives were torn apart, and how many broken adults there are in this society right now that came out of that Harris clan. Big Mama says that uncles and brothers were so-called being quiet until it's time to pounce. Jarnell said, lies, all lies. They were a part of it. It's a mess. Those babies were definitely a meal ticket, Bridget. Samantha says, honestly, they have been doing this for a long time. Naziah became the black sheep of their family because Annette and Lady couldn't stand, Annette couldn't stand Lady and couldn't change. God used Naziah. Naziah was a chosen vessel. Naziah possessed something that they never could. And I'm going to continue to say, even if I have to stand alone, I'm going to continue to feel and believe what I feel and believe. And my feelings and my beliefs are that Naziah is still here. That's my feelings. I believe that she's still here. She may not walk in that courtroom to testify. The FBI don't have Naziah. They don't have Naziah in protective custody. I don't believe that. What I do believe is Jarvis got Naziah to a safe place. I believe that. I believe Naziah has been trafficked. I believe that Naziah was in the area for a while. And when it really got heated up, I believe they moved her around. I believe that. Regardless of what the people say, think, and feel, everybody's entitled to that. Jarvis is a monster. I don't care what they say. And I pray every night. See, when people do wrong, they deserve to be punished for the wrongs that they've done. Jarvis needs to be punished until there's no more punishment left for the abuse that he put on these babies, right? But when it comes to unaliving Naziah, I pray to the good Lord each and every day that charge right there, they get it off of that man, because he don't deserve it. He don't deserve it because he did not unalive Naziah. Maybe a new charge will come. An attempted unaliving. And put that one on Shannon. Put that one on Marquita. And put that one on Annette. Because they attempted to take her out of here. You're going to stand for the truth. Stand for the truth. We all know that Jarvis enjoyed being in a candy store. He liked little children. The list of little children that he's been with is very, very long. But in none of those reports have you ever heard where he abused them in such a way. Oh, quite naturally, he did what he did. But there was no DV. Tristan said they were seen as dollar signs from birth, definitely. Samantha said he used her to reveal what the Harris family is doing to children and what the city of Detroit is condoning. God had his hands on Naziah. Tanya said, MOCA, that's all I'm saying. This would have not happened where I'm from. The men took care of business. Chi-Town strong. I don't live in the hood. We take care of our community as you should. Kenyatta says a real man would have still stepped in. No real men in that family. Kenyatta, not one. They haven't proven themselves yet. Hey, Corey, welcome, baby. Lady V says, MOCA, that family seems to be so divided that they can't come together to protect each other or stand up for the defenseless children trapped in that horrible cycle of abuse. Lady V was so disheartening, was so hurtful, till it's sad. As old as these people are today, they've been brainwashed. They have been brainwashed. If you do this if you do A, B, C, or D here, well, X, Y, Z is going to happen to you. If you do D, E, F here, X, Y, Z is going to happen to you. This is crazy. That family, even the extended, they're living in fear. They are living in fear. See when it said Annette ran a tight ship? That's the tight ship they meant. And it had a damn thing to do with those children. It's the fear she put in them. It's the threats that she did. And it's the actions that she displayed when she carried out those threats. That's the tight ship. And it's going to burn. Mookie said she allegedly got a great kid of 15-year-old. Reported that man is on trial. And then she allegedly, from the child, he did 9 years because of her. Y'all can look it up. Oh, So that's somebody else. That's not Jarvis, right, Mookie? Tiff says Detroit been corrupt since way before Kwame killed Patrick. I believe it. I heard about Kwame. I believe it. All about the money. Hey, Lady K. Tristan said, you sure right, Mocha? The only time you see different nationalities together is when it's about money, kids, and drugs. Yes, yes. Hey, Tony. It me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. A whole glitch. The whole screen went away. Now let's see where I was. I'm about to catch up here because they took me clean out. Lola says, oh, I'm back now, honey. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Everything just went away. It's on this end. Something is going wrong. Like the live is being reported, y'all. The live is being reported. And since it's being reported, y'all do me a favor. The hearts, the emojis on the side, keep pressing them, keep pressing them, keep pressing them. These people are ridiculous. Every time I turn around, my live is being reported. And it happens every other night, y'all. But it's okay. But the devil is a liar. And I'm not claiming that in here tonight. I am not claiming that in here. The devil is a liar. Hi, Renetta. But when they don't want the truth to be told, this is what happens. This is the problem. Lola says, I never thought he unalived her. Once I saw the granny and the big back smelly cat twins. Oh, Lord. Hey, beautiful soul, welcome. I just knew it was them. Their hands all over this case, and rightfully so. They need to be charged, definitely. Definitely. Anita says, Kim Worthy was too quick to lock him up. Oh, yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Melinda said, so the school was another made up lie? Melinda, that was a lie, baby. That was a lie. Right, Christian? Her tight ship is about controlling everything and everyone. That Lola says when the truth is being told, they seem to mess up your lives every single time. Every single time. But it won't stop me because, again, like I said, I won't. Hey, Kenya doll, I won't be silent. I won't be silent. It needs to be told. It needs. Hey, Shona. Exactly. She never went back to school. This is crazy. But what I want to know, Kim Worthy, justice system. What I want to know is why was Jarvis never on the SO registry? That's what I want to know. Why was he never on the SO registry? How could 5 reports exist and no follow-ups? I read an episode from Detroit News, Detroit 2 Detroit 2, I think it was. And it was saying how Wayne County's prosecutor's office had a history of ignoring CPS flag cases. And we're wondering why all of our little brown girls and boys are just being looked at as lost in the system. They come up missing, it's no big deal. They get abused, it's no big deal. Something is terribly wrong. I read another article just last week. CPS pulled a little boy out of a home. His aunt, his grandfather was very happy that the child was removed because the mother was unfit. The father was unfit. The little boy had special needs. They removed that baby. A couple of weeks later, CPS calls that baby's godmother, which is where they placed him, told her she had about till 3 o'clock to return that little boy back to his mother. Hey, now welcome, beautiful. He had till 3 o'clock to return that baby back. She did. She complied because she felt that was the law. Although in her heart, she did not want to return him. The next week, the little boy made the news. The same monsters that they took him from is the same monsters they returned him back to. And that baby did not survive. Something is terribly wrong. And Kim Worthy seems to be okay with the same community that she needs. She needs the community to keep her in office. She don't mind hearing the community talk about how she's failing them and how certain people is getting protection deals. She don't mind that. Something is terribly wrong. Marty says you only talk truth, MOCA. We only voicing our opinions. Freedom of speech. This is a Bushy stop. Hit them likes. Oh, girl, you're silly. That's all. That's it. That's all. Lola says Worthy just has to pin this on someone. And since he was messing with Naziah, why not pin it on him? Right, right. But the thing is, it's the trafficking ring. It's the trafficking ring in the Jarvis Butts situation. And Kim knows it. I wouldn't doubt if she ain't a part of it because the money's good. And like I said the other night, when it comes down to trafficking, like I said the other night, when it comes down to trafficking, those women that Jarvis Butts called the night Naziah supposedly went missing, those women have a lot to answer for it too. Hey, Melanie, welcome, baby. Those women have a lot to answer for too. And nobody could tell me that these women aren't mules for the traffic in the ring. Can't tell me because they know too much. I'm curious about that too, Lady V. She said, I'm curious. Lady V says, I'm curious if Annette and Shannon testified that Jarvis unalived Naziah. I'm curious. Hey, TT. TT said, Miss Mocha, I heard 2 months ago on one of the YouTube channels, Annette and Kim Worthless worked in a hospital long ago together. So I hope this helped. I'm very sure I heard that. Have a blessed day. Thank you for dropping that gem, TT. Cool girl, sister. These women need help. And I really doubt if Shannon, unless something happened, along the way, right? See, because Shannon got to know that she's getting charged too. She's going to jail. She got to know that. Annette got to know that something is in the making for her as well. Now, unless they got with their people, and the enterprise got together and had a meeting, right? And whomever is within the 40 witnesses, like they claim, I believe the enterprise may have gotten together, had their meeting, and now they're all on point on what to say and what not to say. So will they throw Jarvis under the bus? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Mariah, let's see. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen is Jarvis is going to bite back. I don't care what they say. I don't care how much you're trying to throw him under the bus. Jarvis is going to bite back. Because, baby, and I think that's what Shannon and Annette is wanting to avoid. They don't want Jarvis to bite back because they know that Jarvis holds all the cards. Jarvis knows every move them people have made. Jarvis knows about the other children that disappeared on Annette's watch. Jarvis knows too much. So I don't think they're in a place, in a space to want to expose Jarvis for nothing. I'm believing they're going to continue playing dumb like they did. I don't believe they're going to expose him. Levesque says, how could Eric be allowed in Annette's home with the foster kids and Naziah? This was ignored by DPD. No alert of pedos in the community. That part. Levesque. What gets me is not only was he in Annette's home with these children, but Annette allowed these children to also be in a vehicle alone with him. Because how else did he take Naziah to the motel if she was in his car? That's crazy. Hey, Ina. Welcome, beautiful. Tristan says, and Jarvis got the block hot. I bet the hell he do. I bet the hell he do. Shauna says that's what these pillows do. They put fear in you. I hadn't left my house for almost 2 years until I talked to. Oh wow, Shauna. Shauna, I'm glad you're back. Lila says you could tell me you will unalive me and mine if I don't give my kid to you. And you're just going to have to take us both out because ain't no way I'm willingly giving you my child. That's sick business, Lila. What kind of mother? What kind of mother would do that? The mother of the 2-year-old that allowed that to happen. The report on her is that she was strung out on drugs. She was strung out on drugs. The drug she used, she had no particular drug of choice. But that's still no excuse. So what was the excuse they used? What, Jarvis fed her drugs to use her child? Hmm. God don't give us babies to mistreat them. This lady was so out of it. A relative is the one that got the charges against Jarvis. She ignored her baby for drugs and a no good man. For drugs and a no good man. And then karma spun the block on her. The neglect that she gave her children because of her use of drugs and for a man. Her 2-year-old was lost. A 2-year-old went into the system. And then she had teenage sons. She lost them to the system too. Because they ended up being locked. They must have lost some horrible children. I guess they were, because look at their mother. She lost them to the system. 2 teenage sons in juvie detention. These women got to do better. They got to do better. Sassy said that sicko has already started talking. I don't think he ever loved Shannon. Oh, never. His loyalty is with himself. And I think his heart was for little girls, but Naziah was his main focus. Naziah was at that age. Naziah hadn't gotten to that age because, in my opinion, he's been touching her for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. And Naziah hadn't gotten to that age to where he could have groomed Naziah to be everything that he wanted her to be. So he wasn't going to hurt Naziah. He did not want to hurt Naziah. As selfish as he may have been, he didn't have that type of heart for her. But I do know one thing, he didn't like Shannon. Levesque says, I don't believe that Shannon or Annette will talk against Jarvis. They're hoping Jarvis don't talk. Exactly, Levesque. Too late. Lila says, how did King get out of jail? I believe King talked his way out of jail, Lila. I believe King snitched his way out of jail for a lesser charge. And I believe King sold Jarvis to the state. I believe he did. And I also believe that King is going to be one of those 40 witnesses. I believe that too. Tristan says what's going to happen is somebody got the evidence to have the upper hand. And I bet it's Jarvis trusting I do too. I've been saying that. That's why Jarvis is very calculated. That's why Jarvis chose when he wanted to start dropping gems. Because remember, Jarvis sat there a long time and never said a word. Never said a word. Tanya says, MOCA, I thank you for all that you do. We have to stay on it. I had the conversations. They just didn't believe me. They will be there next week. They are pissed off. You talking about, girl? Lady B says, I don't understand why Jarvis didn't tell Shannon Naziah was with him on their way back to Ypsilanti. She claims she called and texted him. What is wrong with that picture? Let me tell you what's wrong with it. You said you don't understand why Jarvis didn't tell Shannon Naziah was with him on their way to Ypsilanti. Lady V, this is how I think it happened, right? Remember, Shannon said she was home by herself. Her mama went pick the children up from the after school program, right? That's what she said. She also said that Naziah came home. That's what she said. So in my opinion, I do believe Shannon knew that Naziah was with Jarvis already. That's why there was no urgency in nothing. Shannon knew that Naziah was with Jarvis because Naziah left home with Jarvis while Shannon was there. Them lies they told is coming out little by little. So she lied once again about that fake ass text message about she messaged Jarvis. But what Shannon didn't realize is that during the preliminary, they had pulled Jarvis' phone records. And when they pulled those phone records, it was no text from Shannon. It was no phone call from Shannon. What it was a phone call from Jarvis to Shannon, and Shannon never picked up. Shit. They're lying too much. Kenyatta Marie says, not one woman has come forth and spoke ill on Jarvis. He has a demonic hold on them all. I believe so. It's something. I don't think it's a demonic hold. Let me tell you what I believe it is. I don't think it's a demonic hold on Jarvis that Jarvis has on these women. What I believe is the women that Jarvis was involved with, I think Jarvis has introduced these women to the people that he's involved with. And I believe these women are very fearful to speak ill of Jarvis, afraid of what may happen to them, knowing that they were introduced to the people that he's dealing with. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. That's why, because you got to be crazy as hell. Even the women that abuse, even the women that Jarvis S.A. their children are not speaking ill on him. And I think the only reason they're not speaking ill on him is because they're afraid of for their own life. That's what I feel. I feel that he introduced them to the enterprise. and the enterprise and put fear in them. That's what I believe. Because how can a man do all of that to you and do the worst to your child, and you ain't ready to pull his heart out with your bare hands? But yet you're sitting there calm and collected, and you're smiling with him, and some of you hoes were still laying with him. This is not making sense to me. Lady V says, I don't know if they were sneaking around or not, because everywhere Naziah was, there was Janiah. How much sneaking can you do? Lady V, what don't make sense to me is this, and the lies that Shannon continues to tell. She sat on them people's stand and lied. So if she's willing to lie in a court of law, y'all, Shannon willing to take all this shit with her to her grave, right? How is it that Jarvis is in the streets as a man all night long, and Jarvis rolls back up to the house, dropping off Janiah at 2 o'clock in the morning? So this ain't nothing new. And that's his own daughter. This ain't nothing new. They've been doing this. Lola says Shannon know he never loved her. She know what their deal was. She knows she was only there to help him groom kids. And I think she wanted him to love her, and that's why she does whatever. I believe that. D says, MOCA, should one forgive a mother like that 25 years down the line? I'm just saying, I don't think I could ever go around her. D, sometimes, I mean, you can forgive, right? And that forgiveness is not for them. That forgiveness is for you to be free within. And just forgive them and let them go. Whatever they do and however they do it, let them go, because once you done forgave them, you give them to God and let him do the rest, because he surely will. But yet your heart is clean in the process, and you could be free, and you won't have a burden whatsoever. Because to not forgive, you're blocking your blessings. Your blessings. So forgive, D, but forgive for you. And then you just throw it away and give the rest to God and let him do the rest, because you done did your part. You did your part. When you forgive, you done did your part, because that's all he asks of us. I hope that helped you, sister. Levesque says, I believe now the state is playing chess with Jarvis, bringing on the heat to make him talk, to go after the others. Levesque, I pray to God that's what's happening. I pray to God that's what's happening. Because they need to arrest the others. They need to go down. This isn't just about Jarvis. Because look, before Jarvis got into that family was already like that. So how could they overlook that? How could they not see that that family was torn to pieces before Jarvis even knew them? That family was doing sick stuff like this before Jarvis even met him. Corey says, but Shannon had it out for her, and she gotta be hurt and felt threatened by a 13-year-old and her niece at that. I know she was hot and feeling low down. Shannon has no feelings. Shannon has no morals for a woman and truly no values. Because as a grown woman, how could you? But in my opinion, Shannon has the mentality of a 13-year-old. In my opinion, Naziah was more mature and more woman than Shannon could ever be. Shannon was a breeder. Shannon still had a childlike mentality, wanting to be first. And Naziah was all about business. Because what makes you say Shannon had a childlike mentality? Because only a child is going to ask a grown man, do you like thin women or fat women? And that's what Shannon tried to make people believe Naziah was texting Jarvis when it was her all along. Sassy says, Shannon read text messages and then found out more than she thought she knew. Naziah's cousin was at the shop with her the most, but there was school he went to. 2 a.m. visit, all of that. All of that. But what I want to know, I need y'all to help me with something. Now, we know so far the two girls within Annette's home, that was the two babies that was touched by Jarvis. Right? What was the point? And I have to ask this question because there's so many red flags here and so many things that's coming out that's just not right. And it's not adding up and it's not making sense. Why would Jarvis Butts, and I need y'all help, why would Jarvis Butts continuously take Marquita's daughter? Why would he continually take Marquita's daughter with them to the shop? Y'all understand where I'm going with this? If there was nothing there. That's where I'm confused at. That's where I'm truly confused at. Because that's not making sense to me. There's a reason. I'm spilling my guts right now and I'm telling that he touched this one and he did that to that one. But Jarvis wanted this shit to stay a secret. Why would I continue taking all three of them? Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. But I do believe. Tell you what I believe. I believe that's why King sat in that chair the way he sat in that chair. Tony says, Mocha, all you have to do is pull up Henry Ford Hospital. Her daughter's name is Simone. And it's the Premature Babies Foundation. And that's how Annette got the premature baby. It hurts. Wow. Wow. TT, oh yes, ma'am. God will definitely bring it all to the light. Tristan says, she also said she never left the house that day. But in the same sentence, she said they drove up and down the streets looking for Naziah. The lies she told Tristan. The lies she tell. Right, Tristan? DPD raided Angel's home and she was pissed. And that was a warning for all the rest of the women. That's right. I want to know. Tanya says, Mocha, I ask that you all keep me in prayer. My oldest son is sitting in the China Seas. Oh my God, because of the con man in the White House. My son said, don't back down. Do what you do. Oh, wow. Girl, we're going to keep you in prayer. Tanya, we're gonna have a tomorrow. We're gonna dedicate an hour for prayer. So I'm not sure of the time. Just make sure your notifications are on. But we will come here tomorrow at some time during the day, and we're gonna dedicate 1 hour to prayer. Kenyatta Marie says they would have to put me in a witness protection. Tony said JB is not going to take the fall by himself because he's been taking notes of everyone. So Shannon better wake up. He ain't no fool for them. And he fired the knuckleheads aren't doing anything, child. Yes, yes, we're going to pray for her son. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, the teacher at the school, said these people will blow up your car and unalive you, period. Cool Girl Sister. You talking about that teacher that supposedly has something to say? The same teacher that Jarvis dated, same teacher that was laying up with Jarvis while Shannon and everybody else was laying up with Jarvis. Telling you this is a whole circus. Lola says, I'm 10 toes behind mine. I don't care who know and what they capable of. I'm protecting mine until the good Lord calls me home, Lola, and you better. Lady V says, I'm waiting to hear if Jarvis and Shannon or Annette's phone ever pinged in the same location on the night they claimed she went missing. That's what I'm waiting for too, Lady V. Thank you, Melinda. That's what I'm waiting for too. Mm-hmm. Levesque says, Mocha, I believe Jarvis is charming and manipulating at first to these young girls. Then he turned on them while their noses are wide open. See, they're young. At this point, he's able to have his way with them. Of course. Of course, got him right where he want him. Sassy says, and plus, I would like to know about any calls made between them in them last few months. Y'all don't know how anxious I'm waiting for them to release that. I'm anxiously waiting for them to release it. Kenyatta Marie said, I haven't noticed Jarvis. I noticed Jarvis' daughter hasn't been in the chat. I hope she said yes, Kenyatta Marie. I haven't heard from her either. And she normally sends me a message every week, and I have not heard from her. I pray she's well. Tony says Kim Worthless is trying to stay on the people who are supporting her political agenda. And she even have the Arabics supporting her and some more people in the higher ups. I'm sure. I see you, Christian. I'm sure. D says, preach, Mocha. I have forgiven them. I just never want to be around a few folks anymore. And that's all you have to do. Give them to God. That's all you got to do, sis. And you're going to be fine. Ain't nothing like peace, baby. And when you turn it loose and give it to God, baby, you could go anywhere in this world you want to go and not be bothered. Because the peace that's within, can't nobody do it like Jesus. TT says, I believe that black hoodie was left at Shannon's house one day when he was over there. Shannon put it out there. That hoodie is old. Listen to old grandma on a stand. She lied. TT. Everything about that testimony was a lie. TT. Everything about the so-called evidence that they found is planted and lies. They have absolutely nothing but phone calls and text messages, and that's all they have. They got DNA off of a mattress cover. Are you kidding me? Y'all gotta be kidding me. I don't believe it. Levesque says Shannon has insecurities and very desperate for a man to disrespect her and compare and compete and start over, Mocha. Shannon have insecurities and very desperate for a man to disrespect her and compete with her niece. That's crazy. Levesque, I never understood that. Lola says, I believe that baby was touched as well and just was told not to say she was. And that's sad. Her testimony doesn't sit right with me. I believe he touched her too, Lola. That's what's in me. That's what's in me, Lola. Why would he continue taking her? If she, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. And then it was sad. She told her mother. She told Marquita what was going. She told Marquita, y'all. Marquita told her to shut up. Go sit down. I don't want to hear that. You're lying. So if she told it to Marquita and her mama brushed her off, I don't think she told Marquita what he was doing to those girls. I believe she told Marquita what he done to her. Tell you said MOCA is 13. There's another case where the number is 13. Kamani Lati. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Girl. D said either he was allowed to or they knew about it. Or to make it look normal, taking both and not leaving the other. It's y'all. It is something went wrong. Sassy says, I believe that she's a victim too. Plus, I believe Shannon had a hand in that too because she wanted to drive a wedge between Sicko and Naziah, that part. That's the part I believe, Sassy. And my gut is so, it's like when I think about it, I'm in knots. Because I believe, and if y'all believe different, please share it with me, please. I believe the testimony of that baby was staged. I believe it was rehearsed. I believe they told her what to say. Sorry, not sorry. That's what I believe. Sherry said, allegedly, I think they had her to do that to get the smoke off of them. Levesque says, I don't think Jarvis gave a damn about secrets because in his mind, he had all of them under control. Levesque, this some sick shit. You hear me? Sick. Lola says, this case makes me want to get in the justice system, be a lawyer, prosecutor, DA, judge, or something, so some stuff could be done right. Annette and her baby Wells would have been in cuffs the moment. Oh, yes, yes, yes. TT, Lola, God, Lola. Shush, it's a lie. Cool girl sister said, Smoker, that's why we know King knows more, a whole lot more. King was scared on that witness stand. He wasn't scared. He wasn't scared. King was being very observant to the questions. King was being mindful of what King said. King went as far as saying that he didn't see Jarvis in that courtroom. When King said that, I knew. King wanted no parts of it. King do not want to be implicated with the role that he played in what Jarvis had going on at that shop. Hey, Earlene, welcome. Hey, Evelyn, welcome. Right, Sassy? We know a lot, but it's going to get worse. Once all of them get exposed, oh, it going to get worse. Lady B says, Mocha, I think Jarvis took Marquita's daughter to the shop because they all had to participate. That was a sign to me that Marquita knew what was going on with those girls and Jarvis. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Lord. Yes, ma'am. And I'm so glad that I'm not the only one that see it this way. Although that testimony came from a child, we have to look at whose child it came from. These people have been doing the most for years. TT said the sister lied. Her time is off and lied had not seen that child. Why Shannon didn't go to the shop to look for that child instead of calling? Shannon didn't have to make a move. Shannon didn't have to get up and do anything. And the reason she didn't have to get up and do anything is because Shannon knew exactly where Naziah was. She knew. Tristan said Shannon allowed it because she wanted to know why did he love Naziah so much. So she allowed her daughter for number one. And then number two, she knew he was going to have her anyway, and she didn't want to fight with him. That part, Tristan. That part. Sad. A grown-ass woman. Tristan says, now from Jarvis's point of view, he's a sick man. And we all know that. If he did it to his other kids, this baby didn't have a chance. And Shannon knew it. Again, I believe he did it because she allowed it just to have him around. And she did. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome, boo. She did it. Tiff says the unaliving could have took place on Christmas or and the New Year's break, but Annette waited to report it after, making sure she received state monthly payment that she got from Naziah. And that's sad. That's sad that a few dollars is more important to these people than a human life. It's sad. Dee says she ain't ready to forgive cousin. Girl, pray on it. Pray on it. Tanya says, Mocha, I will be on tomorrow. Thank you all for prayer, for my prayer. I do outreach ministry early in the morning, and I'm good with helping my people. Tanya, we love you, baby. We love you so much. And I hope to see you tomorrow morning for prayer. TT said the sister lied. Her time is off. Oh, yes, very off. They all come from the halfway house. All the women are low self-esteem. That sister. That sister. D says, if he touched one, he touched them all. That's what the little red devil does. I believe you. She was an easy mark. Lebec said politics is what pays DPD. Like a second income making money. This is why crimes like this go for a long time until it gets too much attention from the public. And this is what happened in the Naziah's case. Too much attention. Hey, Sharonda, welcome, my love. Tristan says he kept taking her because he wanted her to get comfortable and be okay with what was going on. Tristan, and I could see that too, yeah, Tristan. I really could see that, right? But Tristan, this is what I see. What I see is this. If she went one time, two times, and saw what was going on, right? And was very uncomfortable with it. Why keep going? Because Shannon, I mean, even if Marquita made her go, that she had opportunities where she spoke with her dad. And I believe had she told it to her dad, that that's what was going on, she would have not been going to that shop anymore. I believe something more happened. I do believe that. I do believe. Let me try to grab a comment. Child, stream y'all be tripping. I don't know what happened to the screen just now. Don't ask me because I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out. Sassy says, Lola, those tears from her were because she went against her brother, not for Naziah. She knew what her brother was probably. Yep, she knew. That girl definitely did not cry for no damn Naziah. She was crying for the enterprise. Christian, my sister, thank you so much for the 5 membership, sis. Thank you. And if you're here tonight and you got a gifted membership from Kristen, please tell my sister thank you. Okay, let's get to these comments. All right, here we go. Christian says, Just like Shannon did her daughter when it was reported that Jarvis touched her at the birthday party. It said in the report that Shannon whipped her for talking that part. See what I'm saying? If you're going to whip her for telling, you're going to whip her for telling. That baby ain't telling you nothing no more. Because you telling her it's all right. I believe what I believe. Erlene says Marquita didn't want to answer to the father of why Jarvis was messing with his daughter. So she told her to shut up. I'm going to always say what I've always said. Them two flathead, big back, bad shaped sisters ain't shit. So enough their mama sacrificed them, but now they're living their lives to sacrifice their daughters. They ain't shit. Tristan said that's what Jarvis was trying to normalize. What she was seeing, and one day he was going to heavy tone her into doing it. It's a possibility. Lola Marie says, King's so cool as a cucumber. He knew he was going to go home as long as he do what they told him to do. And I mean people, as in the police, when they question him. Oh yeah, King ratted Jarvis out. Definitely ratted Jarvis out. You hear me? And I don't think he's finished ratting Jarvis out. D said they need some fresh eyes on the case, just like they did my stepdaddy years later. They put them fresh eyes on the case and he went to jail. Exactly, D. Exactly. I said they needed the outside people to come and investigate this. They need outside people to investigate this. And I'm going to always say, y'all keep asking about King. King snitched Jarvis out. King is going to give them whatever they're looking for on Jarvis. Because King got something that he's gaining from this. Tanya says, King was too comfortable with that phone call from jail. There's a reason behind that. Lola says, I wish Jarvis' sister would have been able to tell her and Shannon conversation because I would have loved to know what Shannon's response was when she asked for the detective number. Well, Lola, that's going to come out. See what we got in the preliminaries? What we got in the preliminary, right? They presented enough just to get a conviction. They didn't give us everything that they have. We just have to wait on it. We have to wait on it. Sharonda says in the beginning, Shannon told Roxy Naziah probably was out looking for, she did. She did. We know Shannon is a liar. And everybody played a part. Lola said, and the thing, her testimony had me in tears. Lola, she was a liar. That's right, cool girl, sister. She lied so bad she started crying. She was scared. She lied. She lied. She had them good old tears. She lied. Oh, look at my people that got a membership. Corey got one. Nubia Max got one. Tracy got one. Lady K got one. Congratulations, guys. And when you guys get those gifted memberships, that's awesome. I love it. And, I hope that you guys are able to keep it up. Keep your membership going after it expires in 30 days. Erlene says, Jarvis must have told Naziah they were going to go away and have their baby because she mentioned it to her friend. So when she got home, Naziah and Shannon and her got into an argument and she snapped. Erlene, let's go there, right? I keep hearing about this friend. Naziah told a friend this. Naziah told a friend that. Now, I'm going to ask the same question that I've always asked. Where's that friend? Where is that friend? Why was that friend not present during the preliminary? Because I mean, that friend could have been a star witness. So that friend bullshit, that's some more something that Shannon concocted. There ain't no friend. There's definitely no friend. Hey, Leanne, welcome, my love. There's no friend. Then the story comes, well, the friend moved to Texas, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that. And you all have to listen. Don't just take what you hear out here. Even with the things that I say, if it makes you uncomfortable. If it ain't making sense, it ain't worth repeating. Because that friend never produced. Oh, Tristan says, because King is next in line in the organization. You see what I'm saying? I said that was a reason why he was snitching. King knows exactly what he's doing. Lola says, you watch movies like this? Read about families like this? Ain't no ways people living like this. These are monsters. Lola, I never thought in a million years I would see shit like this. Never thought it. And because King, right, Tristan? And because King is next in line in the organization, he got every reason to have a motive to frame Jarvis. Sassy says, talking about what Naziah's friend supposedly says. Why haven't we heard of the friends of that family? That's not normal for a young girl not to have friends. She couldn't have friends. She was too busy being grown. Lady B says, Annette, Shannon, and Marquita knew what Jarvis was. So what did Jarvis bring to the table that was a benefit to them? Absolutely nothing. All Jarvis brought to the table was more babies. More babies for Shannon. That's what he brought to the table. How could you be satisfied with a man just giving you babies? And Shannon needs to be under the jail. Because like I said, Shannon over there holding a spade hand. Shannon got 3 babies and 2 possibles. Lebec says, hell, if King is pushed, you're darn right he's going to rat Jarvis out to clean his dirty hands in his own shit. Hell yeah. TT says King is guilty. The other child was for him. And he used the other child for watch out and pay her money. TT. TT. Leanne says King is just as guilty. He's seen those babies coming and going. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what's sad? Not only were those children, imagine the other children that was going there that we don't know about, right? Imagine. But those children weren't just going to that shop that King and Jarvis ran alone. They had children going to the other shop where Frank and all the other pedals were. So this shit ain't just started with children going to the shop. No friends. Cool girl's sister says, well, MOCA, do you believe that Frank will give King a shop of his own with a new partner? I'm just saying, nope. I don't think there'll be another shop. Cool girl sisters, I don't believe. Cool girl sisters, the block is hot. What goes on in that shop has been exposed. Frank ain't investing in no more shops. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Frank disappeared. Frank leaving the country. Hey, Shalona, welcome, baby. Look at Dean here talking about them fans. Where them fans at? Right, Lola, no friends. Shannon just making stuff up as she go. Right? See, LeBeck with me. I don't believe that friend shit either. Lady B said, MOCA, I hope there is a friend that shows up in court just to say Shannon lied. Baby. That goddamn Shannon, Lord. Shannon got too much damn time on her hands. You got to be really mental. Really mental to take all that extra energy and do dumb shit like that. D said, I've raised 3 kids and trust me, they have friends. I couldn't keep them away from my house. D, I know damn well growing up, we all had friends. Tristan said, and he would be the only person to have the evidence to really convict Jarvis until Shannon got another piece of Jarvis. I believe it. King is another one. He knows too much. Corey says they wanted to keep that household and what went on behind those walls a secret. Yeah. Past flowers in the attic, Lola. Family under the stairs type shit. Sassy said, who knows? Maybe that friend is Varda's girlfriend because she supposedly went missing. I don't believe those devils in that house allowed her to have friends. I don't believe it either. I don't. Levesque says, and King don't want to go back to jail. He's going to pick a door, and it ain't Jarvis' door because the heat is on. Levesque, that he will not. Lady K said, you're right, y'all, because I don't see wanting snacks that bad. Them women pathetic. Samantha says, I told y'all Wednesday, that King was let out because it is his time to do his part. If you look at it, it looks like King and Shannon was working together. He did sleep with Shannon, right? Right. Sure did. Tristan says if King got evidence that points to Jarvis and Shannon got evidence that points to Jarvis, that's how Kim Worth is trying to put all these charges on Jarvis and trying to make it stick. I believe so. I believe so. I believe you. Tristan said Frank doing houses with the church. Yes, Lord. Buying up everything, Tristan, to house pedos. Not just to house pedos. To put people like Annette in them that train up little girls. That's what's going on. Lola is crazy as hell up in here. Crazy. Lola say, ain't no way I'm touching Shannon. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Hell no. Ain't no drugs. Liquor, nothing, baby. I will not. Oh, Lord. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA. Marquita sits on her ass and says Naziah was her baby. Her little sister. Then why didn't she protect her if she cared like she said? And couldn't protect her own. Cool Girl Sisters, the Naziah being her baby and her little sister and all of that, that was a front. That was a lie. Cynthia, I'm with you. They all need to be under jail. Levesque said Frank go throw Jarvis under the bus before he leave his money makers. Hey, Carol, welcome. I believe it. They all go. Let me tell you, right now, Jarvis is a liability to them. All right? If anything good comes out of this, on Jarvis's behalf, let me tell you what I believe is going to happen. The enterprise is going to put that money together. The enterprise go shut Detroit up, right? So they could keep their business going. Their business got to go on as usual no matter what. Because if it don't, then people that don't want to be exposed go get exposed. So business is going to go on as usual. They're going to get a conviction. Jarvis will be convicted. Jarvis will not spend the time in prison that we think he will. Money talks and bullshit walks all day long. The enterprise is going to pay off the city of Detroit. The city of Detroit is going to allow Jarvis to walk. That's what's going to happen. Jarvis may do 5-6 years, if that. He's going to definitely do less than 10. Once Jarvis get convicted, if we're still here, if God says the same, and we go look up a Jarvis Butts, I bet you we won't find a record on him. They're going to get Jarvis up out of prison. Jarvis will no longer be in Detroit, but he's going to be out. Lady V said, well, if CPS is smart, they will be asking for charges against Annette and Shannon to try and cover for their own butts if they're smart. But CPS ain't got no grounds either. Because why would CPS have all those reports on their desk and do nothing about it? Prior to the CPS report from Jernell and Kawana, there were 4 other CPS reports where Jarvis Butts was mentioned in them from the women that he dated and the children that he abused. So CPS ain't got a leg to stand on in this one. Lola says, and damn Lola. Lola is doing the most. I done missed, let me go back. Lola said, how do they sleep at night? If I did something like this or even know of someone that did, ain't no way I'd be able to live. Mentally, I'd be losing my mind trying to keep it. But Lola, they have no mind. Good night, Essie. We're not here for much longer. I got a good 8 minutes left. That'll make me 3 hours. I went over my time again. Christian says, CPS has a charge on Shannon. They just chose not to charge her. Facts. Facts. These are the right, sassy. They're evil as hell. Evil as hell. We don't know Naziah, but we know her. And we have more compassion for Naziah than they've ever showed. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA is a life or death situation. Win, lose, or draw. Shannon Marquita King. Dee said that was her baby for 3 days when she was born. The 3 days she must have kept her and never saw her again. Dee. Ugh. Totally. This is a lot. Lola said, I said that too, MOCA. They're trying to overshadow Naziah's case with all his SA charges so that Naziah's case can be pushed back and he can slip out of jail. You know how his people he worked with do that, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you. Because look at how many SA cases done popped up, y'all. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. Levesque said, nope, Jarvis is gonna spend the longest in jail. They're gonna use him, MOCA. This case have gotten too much attention for them to mess up. Oh, Levesque, in the eyes of the public, they gonna do it right. Look at Tristan. We love when you go over the time limit. Levesque, this is what's gonna happen, right? In the eyes of the public, Levesque. Oh, they gonna give him them charges. Oh, Levesque, in the eyes of the public, they go charge Jarvis. They're gonna present that case like they hate him so much. Oh, they're gonna be shouting to give him the max. They're gonna do this, they're gonna do that in the eyes of the public. Levesque behind closed doors. Money talk, bullshit walk. Levesque, he will come up out of there. Lola say, what can be done to get these monsters that lose locked up? Who to call? Who to email? I'm sick of this. We just gotta wait it out, girl. Gotta wait it out. Look at Lola. She happy that I'm over my time, y'all. Her interest in both. So much because she always catch the replay. Girl. Cool Girl Sister says, MOCA, remember when CPS talked to the kids and Naziah said that she had been touched but never talked to her? That baby knew she was doing with this family. Exactly. She knew. She knew, y'all. She truly knew. And it is sad. You know, imagine in Detroit alone, you know, the way CPS done messed up. Imagine how many kids would still be alive if people spoke up. Stop covering for evil. Black communities need to stop protecting broken family reputations over innocent children. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Well, y'all, it's my time. It's been another life, another good one. I enjoyed you all. Make sure your notifications are set. I'm gonna try to. I'm going not try. I'm gonna come out here tomorrow by noon or a little before noon, and we're gonna dedicate an hour to prayer. We're gonna definitely dedicate an hour to prayer for our children all over the world. Um, you know, for those of you who have not yet liked the live, please do so. Please do so. Make sure you like the live. If you can share it, share it. You can share it to your Facebook, TikTok, you can share it. Share it. And it ain't over, y'all. It ain't over. I make, even after the live, the prayer, our prayer, we go come back. We're gonna probably come back tomorrow night with another one. We definitely are. So in closing, I'm gonna say thank you guys for the love. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for the gifted membership. Thank you, sweethearts, for the cash apps. Thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. I love you guys. I really, really do. And we're going to leave out of here. We're going to leave out of here with a prayer, because we're going to close this with a prayer. And then we're going to be out of here. I'm going to get some rest. I had a long day. And I will see you all tomorrow for an hour of prayer. But we're going to leave out of here on a prayer and our Naziah song. And this is how we're going to end our night. Lord, as we leave this live stream, it is my prayer that the guilty don't sleep. Stir their hearts. Let their lives be exposed and protect every child in harm's way. Give the boldness to those that's afraid to speak. We want justice for Naziah, Lord. Justice for the children that they've silenced in that family, Lord. And Lord, I pray that you watch over each and every one of us tonight as we lay our heads down. Cover us, Lord. Protect our families. Keep watch over them. Because when they're not around us and when they're not with us, Lord, we can't see them, but you can. Lord, I ask in your darling son's name, heal the broken, heal the wounded, lift them up, Lord. Let them know that you're God and you're God all by yourself. Whatever problems they may have, Lord, it's my prayer that they put it in your hands. Let their load be lighter. And let them trust in you and take that walk with you, Lord. This is my prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. So I'm going to say good night. I'm going to say I love each and every one of you. And we will be back here tomorrow.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice. said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in her locker, the truth in her phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. I believe she's somewhere breathing slow. Not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziah loud till they feel that flame.
Good night, everyone. God bless you all. Have a lovely night. Love on your loved ones. Protect those babies. And we'll see you all next time. Justice for our baby. Justice for Naziah.